today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
48-yard line.
Goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Burrow's pass.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 2 yards is the pickup, and that leads to a Washington first down. They go play action with Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
The quarterback is sacked.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3 to 1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5 to 1.
And a win.
And a win. Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Giants first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 33. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back back at the 26-yard line. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now it's Burrow finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington, nothing.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
5 at the Giants' 6-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Behind the chain, second and 12. Operating from the gun. Tucker, he's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively.
And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can...
Now Burrow loses the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Myles Garrett, the quarterback.
He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
And 3 yards on the carry there as this defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goals.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
The kicker on for the point.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back seven on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Tucker got his connection complete to Ruggs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
New York.
A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Johnson. Oh, spinning away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin in the AFC North, up at Paul Brown Stadium. Baltimore in town to take on Cincinnati. And at halftime, look at that. 28-7 is the score. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. From there, we head to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. The Vikings seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one all tied against the visiting Steelers. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They go to Johnson again. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, Tucker. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. On 1st and 10, Tucker, he's going to float this one deep right. And got his man complete.
Tucker's back.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down at the 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hart. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Giants add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
At the 25-yard line.
Burrow will throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Burrow looking to pass. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something...
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Tucker. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now this one complete on the slant route. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Burrow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To the air again, Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
10 at the 16-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters,
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. He stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Here's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 8.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Why are we doing this?
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And this will be recovered by the Giants, and that ought to just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special.
And this is taken in at the 5. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, New York.
So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now Washington down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 40 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
At the 18-yard line.
Burrow on play action. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A final shot now for Burrow. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
final score, Giants.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Washington, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.